still tell her the news. It's been 11 months, people quit asking how I'm doing around month 3. Maybe they thought the answer changed, maybe they just didn't know what else to say to me. Most days I manage, some days I even laugh without feeling guilty afterward. But something good happened Tuesday, and the first thing I thought was I gotta tell her. Funny what love keeps doing. After somebody's gone, I still tell her the news. The good stuff, the bad stuff too. Still hear the answer she would've given before I know what I'm gonna do. I know she ain't coming through that door. I know what goodbye means, but love don't turn into nothing just because somebody leaves. So sometimes I still tell her the news. Our oldest call was something worth celebrating. I smiled the whole time, hung up, then cried. Not because the moment wasn't beautiful, because she would've loved it too. Grief's strange like that, it doesn't only show up when something hurts. Sometimes joy opens the same old place, because there's one person missing from knowing what it's worth. I still tell her the news, the good stuff, the bad stuff too. Still hear the answer she would've given before I know what I'm gonna do. I know she ain't coming through that door. I know what goodbye means, but love don't turn into nothing just because somebody leaves. So sometimes I still tell her the news. For a while I thought healing meant talking to her less, putting everything away, learning how to act like 27 years could fit inside the past. And somebody told me moving forward ain't the same as moving on from love that helped. I don't have to lose her twice just to prove I'm still alive. I can miss her and still make plans, cry and still laugh, remember, and still keep going. Both things fit. Yeah, I still tell her the news, but lately there's more life in the things I tell her too. I met some friends last Friday, stayed longer than I thought I would. And for the first time, coming home alone didn't make the whole night bad. I think she'd like that. I think she'd say, keep going, so I will. And when something worth telling happens, I still tell her the news. Had a pretty good day today. Pause. Thought you wanna know. Nobody has to be the villain for something good to end. We tried longer than neither of us admits. Change the words, change the rules, change the shape of it. Nobody cheated, nobody disappeared. We just stopped reaching the same way somewhere through the years. It's harder to explain than somebody doing somebody wrong. There ain't much comfort when blame don't belong. Nobody has to be the villain. Nobody has to take the fall. Sometimes two good people just can't keep being good together at all. I don't need to hate you, Can't stay what it's been. I can tell my friends a colder version. You can tell yours something worse about me. We can turn every tired conversation into evidence for why we should leave. But that wouldn't honor what was real when it was real. You gave me years I won't call wasted, just because the ending hurts to feel. Nobody has to be the villain. Nobody has to take the fall. Sometimes two good people just can't keep being good together at all. I don't need to hate you to know this has to end. Nobody has to be the villain. Sometimes love just can't stay. Whoa, there's no betrayal, no secret life, no broken glass, no winner tonight. Just two people tired of trying to force a future that keeps asking for somebody to lose themselves more. Maybe maturity is letting something die without poisoning every memory. Just to make goodbye easier to justify. I loved you, that's true, I'm leaving. That's true too. Both things can live in the same sentence. Nobody has to be the villain. Now I'm gonna make you one for me. We can close the door with kindness and still admit we lost the key. I hope you find your peace. I hope I find mine too. Nobody has to be the villain just because forever didn't make it through. No enemy, no victory, just goodbye. I learned at 42. I learned how to work before I learned how to hide what I couldn't read. Got good at watching other people so nobody noticed what I couldn't see. If a form came across the counter, I say forgot my glasses today. If somebody handed me instructions, I'd wait till they looked away. 30 years of getting by can make a secret feel like skin. Then my grandson brought me a story and said, Grandpa, read this one again. I couldn't. That was the day I got tired of pretending. I learned at 42 that late ain't the same as never. Pride kept me hiding longer than learning never would've. I spent half my life believing some doors had closed for good. Turns out a grown man could start again, same as any young man could. I learned at 42, and I ain't ashamed anymore. First night in that little classroom, I almost turned around outside, saw me younger than my oldest boy, and felt 30 years of pride. Teacher never made me smaller, just pushed the page across the desk. Said start with what you know, nobody had ever made not knowing sound that simple yet. So I sounded every word out slow, felt foolish till I didn't. Funny how courage sometimes looks like staying in a chair when you would rather disappear. I learned at 42 that late ain't the same as never. Pride kept me hiding longer than learning never would've. I spent half my life believing some doors ain't closed for good. Turns make it start again, same as any young man could. I learned at 42, and I ain't ashamed anymore. I built things straight, raised 2 kids, paid what I owed, kept food where it belonged. I wasn't stupid, I was scared, there's a difference. I should've learned long ago. Shame makes a cage without needing a lock. You carry the key and still swear you're stuck. Then one day you say, help me, and nothing terrible happens. That's freedom too. Still stumble once in a while, but that little boy don't think less of me. Last week he climbed beside my chair, put one finger underneath each word, said, Grandpa, you're getting good. Best thing I ever heard. I learned at 42. Wish I started sooner, but I started tonight. The whole story. He fell asleep before I finished.
The job ain't the man, the paycheck ain't the soul. They can take the chair I sat in, they can't take what I know. If tomorrow don't need my hands, I still know where I stand. A man can lose his living, the job ain't the man.
22 years in one short meeting, 3 clean sentences, then I was leaving. They called it numbers, called it change, like giving it a softer name, took out the pain. I said a while without saying much, hands at work suddenly felt like too much. Didn't know who I was by 5 that day without somebody needing what I knew how to make. That's when I learned what work can give, and what it never on the job ain't the man, the paycheck ain't the soul. They can take the chair I sat in, they can't take what I know. If tomorrow don't need my hands, I still know where I stand. A man can lose his living, the job ain't the man. First week hurt worse than I let on. Kept working early with nowhere to belong. Thought being useful was the same as worth. Till my wife said you were you before the work. That line said heavy then said it right. Made a little room in a long hard night. Maybe what I built ain't only what I made. Maybe it's how I showed up every day. I know men who retire and lose their name, men who get fired and swallow the shame, because nobody told us there's a line between what feeds your house and what makes you mean something. I worked hard, I'm proud I did, but I ain't a number on somebody's list. You can close my locker, you can clear my desk, you ain't taking everything I haven't built yet. Not who I am. Tomorrow morning, I'm still getting up. Some weight breaks you, some way gives you a reason to stand.
to hear the word commitment and feel something closing in. Every promise look like trouble, every need look like a chain. I wanted all the freedom with none of what it cost, till I watched good people disappear because I never learned to hold on. Now I know a burden ain't a burden just because it's hard to bear. Some things get heavy because you finally care. This is the way I choose, the word I won't undo, the people I stand beside when standing ain't convenient to do. Let my shoulders hurt, let the long days prove I'm not trapped by what I carry. This is the way that I choose. There's a difference between a chain and a promise that you keep. One takes away your freedom, one gives you freedom, something deep. I used to think a strong man never owed nobody much. Now I know a life means a little if nobody can depend on us. This is the way I choose, the word I won't undo, the people I stand beside when standing ain't convenient to do. Let my shoulders hurt, let the long days prove I'm not trapped by what I carry. This is the way that I choose the call I said I'd make. Choose showing up when plans get changed. Choose the truth when lying's easier. Choose staying when the room gets quiet. Choose being counted on over being the my. Choose keeping one promise when my whole damn body's tired. Nobody put this on me, nobody has to. That's exactly what matters when I see it through. Heavy don't mean wrong, heavy can mean worth it. This is the way I choose, and I know what it can do. It made a restless man into somebody people can hold to. Let the years get hard, let my actions tell the truth. I found more freedom carrying love than I ever found cutting loose. This is the way that I choose. And I choose it again tomorrow. Everybody knew by Monday morning, by noon they'd added things that weren't true. One bad choice became my whole story before I even knew what I was gonna do. I won't defend what I did that night. Wrong stays wrong when the daylight comes, but I ain't handing one broken hour the key to every year that follows one. I did it, I own it, but I ain't on it. One bad day ain't my name, one wrong turn ain't my whole damn way. I can carry what I did without becoming what they say. Let them remember, I remember too, but tomorrow still belongs to what I choose to do. I won't hide from the blame, but one bad day ain't my name. For a while I thought shame was payment, like hating myself would make things right. But regret that never changes you, it's just another place to hide. So I started small where nobody clapped, did what I said, took what came back, didn't ask the word to
clear my past, just stop giving it new reasons to last. One bad day ain't my name, one wrong turn ain't my whole damn way. I can carry what I did without becoming what they say. Let them remember, I remember too, but tomorrow still belongs to what I choose to do. I won't hide from the blame, but one bad day ain't my name. Accountability ain't living with your head permanently down. A sentence ain't repentance just because you wear a frown on it. Repair what you can, accept what won't return, then become somebody wiser than the fool who had to learn. I don't need my past erased, need my future lived straight. Yeah, that's enough work for one man's plate. I won't run and I won't stay the same. I can look that night in the eye without letting it on my life. Some folks may never change their view, that's theirs. I got work to do, I know the man who caused that pain. And every day I'm putting distance between us again. One bad day ain't my name. I'm still here, both are true. Teaching better than they taught you. That's how hard things change. New kid showed up nervous Monday. Hands too clean and boots too new. Couldn't read the room, couldn't hold the rhythm. Didn't know half of what he thought he knew. Homie would've made him earn the same rough way they did with me. Let him fail just long enough so everybody else could laugh and see. Then I remember being 19, getting caught stupid for what nobody showed. Pain can teach a lesson, but pain ain't always the best way to know. Teach him better than they taught you. You don't make a man by making him ashamed. Show him how to do it right, make him own his own mistakes. You can keep the grip without handing down the hate. Teach him better than they taught you. That's how hard things change. So I showed him once, made him do it twice. Third time, let him figure out the rest. When he missed something, I didn't call him useless, just said slow down, do it again. A month went by, his shoulders changed, started moving like he knew his place. Confidence ain't something you beat into somebody. Sometimes you build it without making noise. Teach him better than they taught you. You don't make a man by making him ashamed. Show him how to do it right, make him own his own mistakes. You can keep the grip without handing down the hate. Teach him better than they taught you. That's how hard things. I respect the men who train me. Some were hard because life was hard on them, but there's a difference between the men of good work and needing somebody smaller. So you can feel big again, I can keep the standards, keep the discipline, keep do it right or do it over. Lose the humiliation, lose the part that never made any of us better. That's not getting soft, that's learning. With another new kid, showing him something I showed him before. Kid messed up, he didn't laugh, just leaned over and said, here, try it this way.
I turned around smiling, didn't need him to see. Teach him better than they taught you, then maybe he'll teach somebody better too. Keep the pride in honest work, keep the things worth passing through. But every generation gets to leave some hurt behind. Teach him better, that's how good men change a life. Yeah. He didn't repeat me, he improved on me. Good. Good. Before it takes one, that machine had been talking wrong all week. Everybody heard it, nobody stopped. Production was behind 3 days and management wanted numbers caught. Ray said that bearing ain't right. Foreman said it'll make the shift. That's the kind of sentence that sounds harmless till somebody don't make it. I looked at Ray, he looked at me. Both of us knew what fear was asking. Keep quiet, keep working, don't be the difficult man. Then I picture somebody's wife getting a call because we wanted one more hour. Shut it down before it takes one. Let the numbers fall, let the whole line stop. The deadline ain't worth somebody not coming home. Call me trouble, call me wrong, I'll take every word if everybody walks out when the shift is done. Shut it down before it takes one. Yeah. Foreman got hot when I hit the stop. Said, you know what this delay would cost? I said, yeah. Do you know what the other one cost? Room was still, Ray looked down. Nobody wanted to be first to stand beside me. Then Maria hit the station stop. Then Lead and Tom, one by one, the whole damn floor went quiet. Funny how courage gets louder when one person gives it somewhere to start. Shut it down before it takes one. Let the numbers fall, let the whole line stop. A deadline ain't worth somebody not coming home. Hey, call us trouble, call us wrong, we'll take every word if everybody walks out when the shift is done. Shut it down before it takes one. They found a crack 2 hours later. Engineers said another full cycle might have sent. Nobody celebrated, that's the part people miss. Being right about danger don't feel like winning. It feels like realizing how close everybody came to having a different life by dinner. Safety ain't cowardice, it ain't laziness, it ain't a man afraid to work. Sometimes the hardest worker in the room is the one willing to say, this ain't worth somebody getting hurt. Next morning, the line came back. New part, same crew, every chair filled. We shut it down before it took one. Lost half a day, kept every name. Let somebody somewhere complain about the numbers we didn't make. There are things a company can't replace, there are things it can't. So if I hear that warn again, I'll stop the whole damn line with my own 2 hands. Shut it down before it takes one. Yeah. Yeah. Production recovered by Friday. Everybody went home Thursday. That's the number I remember. Don't call them lazy just because he moves slow. You don't know what it cost him just to show.
Used to be first one through every morning, last one willing to sit down. Could carry twice what anybody asking and never make a sound. Then something happened and nobody could see. No cast, no bandage, nothing obvious underneath. Now he stops halfway through a simple thing, breathes till the shaking leaves. And some young fool says he just don't wanna work. I know better, I've seen the way this sentence makes him bleed. Don't call him lazy, because his body changed. Don't measure somebody's worth by how much hurt they can contain. Some men fight battles that never leave a mark. You know, if he's still showing up, when showing up hurts. Don't call him lazy, just because he moves slow. He hates asking anybody to lift what he once could lift alone. Apologizes every time he says like pain is something that he owns. I finally told him, man, you don't know what suffering you did enough, proven years ago. He looked down hard like kindness was somehow the hardest thing to hold. That's when I understood what pride can do to decent men, make them punish themselves for not being who they've always been. Don't call him lazy, because his body changed. Don't measure somebody's worth by how much hurt they can contain. Some men fight battles that never leave a mark. You know, if he's still showing up when showing up hurts. Don't call him lazy, just because he moves. Yeah. We praise a man for pushing till he breaks, then look at him different when the breaking finally stays. That's backwards. Strength ain't only output, worth ain't pounds per hour. Hurting man, still a whole man when his body loses power. So give him room, give him dignity, ask what helps. Don't make somebody destroy what's left of himself just to prove he ain't asking for help. He ain't weak, he's adapting. There's a difference. Don't call him lazy, you don't know his fight. You only see the slower steps, not what it takes to make him right. He gave his best years without asking anybody to know. Now the least that we can give him is some dignity while he grows into a different kind of strong. So don't call him lazy, just because he moves slow. Next morning, I carried the heavy end, didn't mention it, neither did he. Last shift was mine. 41 years ended at 4:15. Same whisper blue, but it sounded different to me. Everybody shook my hand, said enjoy your time. I smiled like I knew what I'd do with mine. If I had my life, somebody needed me somewhere. There was always one more problem, one more thing I needed care. Then that door closed behind me and nobody called my name. Funny how freedom can feel strange. The last shift was mine, now the hours belong to me. I spent a lifetime earning what I'd never learned to be. A man without a schedule, without somebody waiting in line. Work gave me plenty, but it don't get the rest of my life. The last shift was mine. First Monday I woke up before the alarm. I stood there wondering why my hands felt wrong. My wife laughed softly, So sit down a while, you ain't late for anything. That took some getting used to. I measure good days by everything I finished. Never noticed how much living got postponed between them. So I called an old friend I promised I'd see for years. We talked till noon about nothing important. Best morning I'd had in a long damn time. The last shift was mine. Now the hours belong to me. I spent a lifetime earning what I never learned to be. A man without a schedule, without somebody waiting in line. Work gave me plenty, but it don't get the rest of my life. The last shift was mine. I ain't ashamed to give and work my best. It fed my family, built my discipline, put some pride inside my chest. But usefulness ain't the same as being alive. I was somebody before they punched my number, and I'm somebody after they punch it out. Maybe retirement ain't stopping. Maybe it's finally learning what else I'm about. Shift was mine. 41 years working. Now I learn the rest. Nothing left to prove, nothing left to break. I don't need another man's fire to know what I can take. There was a time I'd answer every dare, turn one wrong, look into a war right there. Thought backing down meant losing ground, so I let my temper drag my name around. Hard years taught what pride never knew. Not every fight deserves you. Sometimes the wind is walking whole, hands still clean and heart control. Nothing left to prove, nothing left to break. I know what I'm worth without another man's mistake. Still got fire, still stand true. The strongest thing I ever learned was what I don't have to do. I don't need the loudest voice no more. Don't need somebody bleeding on the floor. I know the line between being tough and letting rage decide too much. Let another fool perform for the room. I got bigger things I refuse to lose. Took me half my life to finally see peace ain't weakness when you choose it free. I know what these hands can do. That's why I don't throw them for nothing. Control ain't fear, walking away ain't defeat. A man who owns himself don't need the room to agree. Nothing left to prove, nothing left to break. I know what I'm worth without another man's mistake. Still got fire, still stand true. The strongest thing I ever learned was what I don't have to do. Young fool mouthed off one Friday night. Old me would've handed him a fight. I looked once, then paid and left. Went home with my name and nothing else. Some battles cost you more when you win. I don't pay that price again. Nothing left to prove, nothing left to break. I don't need another man's fight to know what I can take. What I can do, it's what I choose not to. Let them talk, I already know. She's her own first one. She said, Dad, I don't think I want what you keep planning for me. I feel something rise up, fear dressed like certainty. I spent years imagining the life she'd someday live. Had advice for every turn before she ever asked for it. Then I saw myself in the way she went quiet. That's when I knew I wasn't guiding her anymore. I was trying to rewrite mine. My daughter ain't my second chance. She don't know my younger self a better ending. She gets one life, and it belongs in her own hands. I can give her roots, I can give her truth, I can love her when I don't understand. But my daughter ain't my second chance. She's her own first one. Yeah. I had dreams I never finished. That's mine to carry, not hers. She shouldn't have to chase my missing pieces just to prove what family is worth. Yeah. So I asked what she wanted, then I made myself stay quiet. Harder than it sounds when you spent years believing love means giving answers. Yeah. She talked for 20 minutes. I learned more about my child than I had in months of telling her what I thought she needed. My daughter ain't my second chance. She don't know my younger self a better ending. She gets one life, and it belongs in her own hands. I can give her roots, I can give her truth, I can love her when I don't understand. But my daughter ain't my second chance. She's her own first one. Parents say I only want what's best. Sometimes we mean it, sometimes we're scared, sometimes best is just the life we choose. If somebody handed us our own youth again, but she ain't me, thank God. She'll make mistakes I never made, avoid some I did, find things I never understood. That's not losing influence, that's raising somebody who knows she's allowed to become herself. My daughter ain't my second chance. I don't need her life to prove mine matter. If she chooses something different, I'll still be the man who stands beside her. I can want her, I can love her, I can catch her when she asks, but I won't turn her future into payment for my past. My daughter ain't my second chance. She's her own first one. She asked, so you're not mad? I said no. Tell me more.
My brother and I got good at being strangers. Same blood running different ways. A small old wound became a habit, then a habit turned to years of space. Couldn't even tell you what began it, only everything we said afterward. Funny how a man can lose somebody just trying to have the final word. Before pride gets the last word, I'm gonna say what I should've said first. I miss you more than being right. I ain't carrying this another night. We already gave anger too much time. I don't need your blame, you don't need mine. Before another good year gets burned, pride ain't getting the last word. Mama quit asking why we never called. She'd just go quiet when one name came up. That's when I knew this thing got bigger than whatever started between us. I rehearsed 100 hard defenses, had every old mistake prepared. Then your voice said, hello, and every argument disappeared. Before pride gets the last word, I'm gonna say what I should've said first. I miss you more than being right. I ain't carrying this another night. We already gave anger too much time. I don't need your blame, you don't need mine. Before another good year gets burned, pride ain't getting the last word. We ain't got us all 10 years tonight. Don't need a judge deciding who's right. Maybe healing starts a whole lot smaller. One man calling, one man answering. No grand apology dressed up clean, just two grown men saying what they mean. If blood means anything when life gets hard, it ought to mean more than keeping score. Before pride gets the last word, here's the truth I should've said first. I loved you even through the fight. I just got too damn proud to make it right. We already gave anger enough years. Let's leave some room for something better here. Whatever comes after these few words, pride ain't getting the last word. Good hearing your voice. Yeah, yours too. First I thought the numbers looked funny, couple minutes gone here and there. Then Jennings showed me his beside mine. Same thing, same week, same hands, losing time. Boss said don't make something out of nothing, boys. Be thankful you're working at all. That's a mighty easy sentence when your name signs the checks and somebody else's hours get small. I sell my labor, I don't give it away. My time ain't yours to steal. Every hour on that floor was real. You don't get to shave a man's weed, then tell him how lucky he ought to feel. We earned every minute, every dollar in the deal. Take your profit fair, but my time ain't yours to steal. Yeah. Used to think
thing, keep it quiet, man, grateful. Keep your head low, don't risk your place. But there were 12 of us comparing numbers, and every sheet told the same damn case. So we didn't break a thing, didn't threaten anybody, just walked in together at 8. Funny how man starts listening when one time voice becomes 12, standing straight. My time ain't yours to steal. Every hour on that floor was real. You don't get to shave a man's week, then tell him how lucky he ought to feel. We earned every minute, every dollar in the deal. Take your profit fair, but my time ain't yours. This ain't charity, this ain't asking for more than what the agreement said. You want 8 hours, pay 8 hours, simple math, simple respect. A man's got people counting on him, rent don't round down, food don't cost less, because somebody changed the number when nobody looked around. We work, you pay, that's the bargain. Don't dress stiffed up like doing us a favor. One voice gets ignored, 12 get a meeting. Our time ain't yours to steal. Every hour those tired hands gave was real. No threats, no begging, just 12 men standing behind one simple deal. You can own the company, it don't own us, and you damn sure don't own the hours we already gave. Our time ain't yours to steal. Friday's checks came right. Every minute accounted for. Everybody leaves something. Question is what stays after the name gets quiet. I used to think a man was measured by everything he could collect. How many people knew his number? How many people showed respect? Then I watched a rich man leave behind a room full of things and nobody close. That's when I started asking myself, what a lifetime's really supposed to hold. I wanna leave more than a name, more than a line somebody says. Leave a little courage in somebody, a little mercy they don't forget. If all I leave is what I own, then I didn't leave enough. I wanna leave more than a name, I wanna leave somebody stronger from my love. Maybe it's the kid I didn't laugh at when everybody else joined in. Maybe it's the friend I stayed beside when being loyal couldn't help me win. Maybe nobody tells that story, maybe none of it gets written down. But the best parts of a man's whole life ain't always the parts that make a sound. I wanna leave more than a name, more than a line somebody said. Leave a little courage in somebody, a little mercy they don't forget. If all I leave is what I own, then I didn't leave enough. I wanna leave more than a name, I wanna leave somebody stronger from my life. I ain't talking statues, ain't talking praise, ain't talking everybody remembering my face. I'm talking one person choosing truth, cause I showed them what a promise could do. One angry man laying anger down, one scared kid knowing somebody stayed around. That's legacy, quiet and deep, something alive after you sleep. Take the money, take the applause, time gets every trophy a man ever bought. But kindness travels farther than pride, and what you give away can't outlive your life. So let me leave more than a name, more than a stone, more than a day. Leave somebody less afraid, because I crossed their way. When everything I call my own belongs to someone else someday, I wanna leave more than a name, I wanna leave some good that time can't take. Don't remember everything I did, just carry something good I gave you.
comes back slow.
First week back, nobody trusted anything that came out of my mouth. Couldn't blame them, I'd spent too many years giving every promise an easy way out. So I quit asking people to believe me, quit explaining who I changed into, started showing up when I said I would, and letting time decide what was true. Some things break fast, they don't come back that way. Trust comes back slow, one day at a time, one kill word, one straight line. You don't talk it whole, you don't beg it home, you just live long enough to let the truth get known. I broke it quick, now I know trust comes back slow. My sister still counted what she handed me. My old friend wouldn't leave his keys. Mama loved me, but even she watched clothes when I said you can't count on me. That used to make me angry, now I understand. People learn from what you give them, not the person you say you am. So I took every doubtful look like interest on an old unpaid debt. Didn't demand another chance, just tried to become worth one, yeah. Trust comes back slow, one day at a time, one kept word, one straight line. You don't talk it whole, you don't beg it home, you just live long enough to let the truth get known. I broke it quick, now I know trust comes back slow. 100 apologies, can't outrun one pattern. People don't know you believe because your heart finally matters. If I lie for 5 years, why should 5 good days erase it? That's not cruel, that's consequence. So I stopped asking when they trust me again, and started asking what a trustworthy man. We're due by 10, then noon, then dark, then tomorrow. No speech, just follow through. So slow I almost missed it. One day my sister handed me the keys and never thought twice when she did it. No big moment, no victory song, just something broken, quietly growing strong. That's when I learned what I should've always known. Trust comes back slow, took years to break it, fair enough. If it takes years to build. I used to think changing your mind meant you didn't stand for anything. I changed my mind about that. Yeah. 25, I had an answer before most questions hit the ground. Everything was black or white, strong or weak, right or wrong. I wore certainty, like it proved I had a spine. Then life introduced me to enough good people who didn't think like mine. Some things I swore I'd never understand started looking different up close. Turns out experience can make a man less certain and more honest. A man can change his mind without losing who he is. Can learn something at 40, he was too proud to learn at 26. mine. I used to call forgiveness foolish, till I needed some myself, called asking for help weakness, till I learned what pride can wreck. Thought every promise made forever had to stay exactly how it began. Now I know keeping your values and changing your understanding ain't the opposite plan. The older I get, the less I need to win every room. It's not losing conviction, that's finally leaving some space for truth. A man can change his mind without losing who he is, and learn something at 40 he was too proud to learn at 26. Truth ain't weak because you found another side. Sometimes growing up means looking at your younger self and saying, son, you weren't always right. A man can change his mind. There's men who'd rather defend a no mistake forever and let somebody hear I was wrong. Like consistency matters more than truth, like changing direction erases everything you knew. But if new facts don't move you, somebody else's pain can't teach you. If 20 years of living can't change a single thing you believe, what exactly were those years for? I still got principles, still got lines. I just don't confuse stubborn with strong anymore. A man can change his mind. Maybe that's a sign he's still alive, still listening, still learning, still willing to leave some more pride behind. I don't know my younger self the same opinion till I die. I owe the man I'm becoming the courage to tell the truth tonight. A man can change his mind. Ask me again in 10 years, maybe I'll know something I don't know now. You said every time it gets real, you disappear. I had 12 good reasons, none I wanted you to hear. So I stayed there with the truth instead, let the easy exit leave my head. I've always known how to walk away, never learned what courage asks you to stay. Maybe strong is staying when your first thought says run. Maybe love gets honest when the easy part is done. I can't promise perfect, I can promise I won't fade. Maybe strength ain't leaving, maybe strength is what you stay and face. You never asked me to become someone new, just stop making distance do what words should do. So I told you where the fear began, how losing people taught me not to plan. You didn't fix me, didn't turn away, you just listened while the armor fell away. And for the first time I understood, being known don't make a man less good. Maybe strong is staying when your first thought says run. Maybe love gets honest when the easy part is done. I can't promise perfect, I can promise I won't fade. Maybe strength ain't leaving, maybe strength is what you stay and face. I'm caught
distance, peace of mind. Called every wall a boundary line. Called disappearing, being free when half the time it was fearing me. If I'm asking you to trust my name, I gotta stand inside the harder days. No grand speech, no saving face, just tell the truth and hold my place. Maybe strong is staying, but leaving would be clean. Maybe love ain't weakness, maybe love is being seen. Yeah, strong can mean staying. Oh, when your first thought says run. Strong can mean forgiving. Oh, before the damage gets done. I can't promise easy, oh, but I can promise I won't fade. For the first time in my life, I'm strong enough to stay. This time, I'll stay. He taught me how to work. When I was 19, he knew everything, which mostly meant I knew nothing and talked like I did. He'd let me make a mistake right up until it mattered. Then one look, one sentence, do it right. 25 years later, I went to see him. He looked straight at me and asked who I was. I wasn't ready for that. He forgot my name, I remember his. Remember every lesson that still lives in what I do. He may not know the man standing by his side, but half the man I became started somewhere in his mind. He forgot my name. I won't forget it. His daughter apologized, I told her not to. There wasn't anything she needed to defend. He smiled when I mentioned work, like some part of him still recognizing old friends. So I told the stories anyway, stories he gave me but couldn't hold anymore. How he made me redo a whole day's work because good enough wasn't what we were paid for. For just a second he laughed, same laugh, there he was, then gone again. He forgot my name, I remember his. Remember every lesson that still lives in what I do. He may not know the man standing by his side, but half the man I became started somewhere in his mind. He forgot my name. I won't forget it. Strange thing happens when the teacher forgets the lesson, but the student still carries it. Maybe memory ain't only what stays inside one head. Maybe some of it leaves, gets planted in other people. A standard phrase, a way of treating somebody new when they don't know enough yet. I thought I came there to remind him who I was. Walking out, I realized I was proof of who he had been. He forgot my name, but what he gave me stayed. And maybe that's a better kind of memory anyway. Before I left, he shook my hand, said, "You seem like a good man." I smiled, you had something to do with that. fight, lost the night. He said one thing I couldn't let pass. I stood up quick, the good sense lay. Room went quiet, chairs pulled wide, and every old instinct came alive. I remembered the swing, remembered the sound, remember everybody gathering around. Remember thinking I'd prove my side. Don't remember feeling proud outside. Funny how winning can look like losing when the noise dies down. I won the fight, lost the night, got the last word, still wasn't right. Everybody saw me standing tall, nobody saw what it cost it all. Pride got fed, something good got broke. Turns out being the last man standing ain't always something worth going home with. I won the fight, lost the night. My woman didn't yell when I walked in. That would have been easier than what she did. She looked at my hands, looked at my face, said, how long you gonna live this way? I had excuses lined up clean. Respect, disrespect what he said to me. She shook her head and went upstairs. That's when victory got real unclear. I won the fight, lost the night, got the last word, still wasn't right. Everybody saw me standing tall, nobody saw what it cost it all. Pride got fed, something good got broke. Turns out being the last man standing ain't always something worth going home with. I won the fight, lost the night. Nobody tells you the punching's fast. What lasts is everything after that. The silence, the shame, the person you love looking at you like they don't recognize your name. Next morning I found that man, didn't shake hands, didn't make us friends, just said I was wrong for taking it there. Hardest 6 words I said all year. He didn't smile, didn't need to. Sometimes making right ain't about what to give you, it's about looking straight at the mess you made and not asking your pride to explain it away. But learn that night a man could beat somebody down and still lose what matters in his life. So keep the cheers, keep that kind of crown. I know what strength looks like, different now. Next time anger tells me I gotta prove I'm right. I remember what I lost that night. Say it while he's here. Dad never talked much about loving anybody. He'd show it some other way. Fix what was broken, come when you call, stand there when there wasn't much to say. I learned his language well enough to know what every quiet thing meant. But lately his hands shake more than they used to, and time feels different when I look at them. There are words I don't want saving for later. Say it while he's here, don't wait for a room full of flowers. Don't find the right words when he can't hear a sound. Tell him what he gave you, tell him what you finally understand. A man shouldn't learn how much he mattered from the silence after he's gone. Say it while he's here. We sat together last Sunday evening. I almost let the moment pass. We talked about nothing important.
Well, the work, how fast the years move past. And I said, Dad, I know you weren't perfect, neither am I, and that ain't the point. You taught me more by staying than 1,000 speeches ever could. He stared down for a second, cleared his throat and looked away. He said, well, I tried. That's all, that was enough. Say while he's here, don't wait for a room full of flowers. Don't find the right words when he can't hear a sound. Tell him what he gave you, tell him what you finally understand. A man shouldn't learn how much he mattered from the silence after he's gone. Said while he's here, we save tenderness like it's something scarce. Like saying I love you takes something from a man. And death comes around, and suddenly everybody finds language. I don't want mine arriving late. So I'll say it while you're here, while your eyes can still meet mine. You gave me things I didn't understand until I had some years behind. You made mistakes, so did I. It's never been the whole of a man. There, I love you. There, I said it while I still can. He nodded once and said, love you too, son. I won't inherit your. Yeah, I knew his last name before I knew his face. Daddy taught it to me with a certain kind of hate. Said the people did our people wrong. A man remembers where he belongs. So I carried anger I never earned, memorized a fire I never watched burn. Two families feeding the same old flame, giving little boys somebody else's blame. Then I finally met the man one day. He looked tired, not dangerous, just tired the same way. That's when an old story started sounding old. I won't inherit your war. I don't know what I'm hating him for. I won't spend my whole life settling somebody else's score. I can honor where I come from without carrying every wound. What happened before me? Don't have to decide what I do. Keep the history, tell it true, but I won't inherit yours. He knew my name the same damn way. Said his father had plenty to say. We stood there laughing at the strangest thing. Both raised to hate before either knew anything. Neither one apologized for men long gone. Neither one pretended no harm was done. We just agreed the dead had taken enough and didn't need two living men keeping it up. I won't inherit your war. I don't know what I'm hating him for. I won't spend my whole life settling somebody else's score. I can honor where I come from without carrying every wound. What happened before me? Don't have to decide what I do. Keep the history, tell the truth, but I won't inherit yours. Some families pass land, some pass names, some past anger and call it the same. Teach a child a villain before he learns his own mind, and act surprised when hate survives another lifetime. I respect my father, I love that man, but loving somebody don't mean repeating everything. I can carry his good, leave his bitterness behind. That's not betrayal, that's using my own mind. Families, two younger men, no next round. Good man gets tired. I got good at saying I'm alright, even when I hadn't slept right in weeks. Got good at caring everybody, till I forgot what caring did to me. Nobody asked me to be made of iron. Somewhere I decided that myself. Thought needing one hand beside me meant I wasn't strong enough to help. A good man gets tired, a strong man does too. Sometimes holding everything together is the thing that's breaking you. You don't lose your name when you finally say, I need somebody here. A good man gets tired, he just don't have to disappear. I used to call exhaustion duty, call being empty paying dues. Thought a man should swallow every burden, like he had something left to prove. Then one night I couldn't find the strength to fake another I'm okay. And the person sitting there beside me didn't think less when I finally gave way. A good man gets tired, a strong man does too. Sometimes holding everything together is the thing that's breaking you. You don't lose your name when you finally say, I need somebody here. A good man gets tired, he just don't have to disappear. You can rest, but still be strong. You can hurt, but still hold on. I know men twice my size who'd rather fall than say they're scared. No men who carry everybody, then resent that nobody cares. But people can't hear what you never let yourself say. Love can't meet you halfway. If you keep hiding where halfway is. So now when it's heavy, I call it heavy. When I need help, I let that be true. Turns out strength ain't carrying forever. Sometimes strength is letting somebody carry you. A good man gets tired, strong man does too. You can bend beneath the weight without the weight deciding you. You don't lose your name when somebody sees the fear. A good man gets tired, and a wiser man lets somebody near. Tomorrow can wait, tonight I'm tired.
All came just after midnight. Didn't know the name, didn't need to. One voice said somebody was trapped and gave us what little they knew. I put on what I had to pull on. Didn't feel brave, mostly felt awake. Funny thing about emergencies, there ain't much time to decide what kind of man you'll be. We drove out quiet, nobody making speeches, everybody just checking what needed checking. Somebody had to go, that's all it was. Somebody had to answer when another life called. I wasn't chasing glory, wasn't trying to be known. There was somebody needing help, so somebody had to go. Yeah. We got there before fear had finished, doing what fear does to a crowd. One man yelling directions, three people saying different things too loud. Training takes over when your mind wants to run ahead. You don't think about being fearless, you think what keeps everybody living for the next 10 seconds, then 10 more, then 10, until finally everybody who went in comes back out again. Somebody had to go, that's all it was. Somebody had to answer when another life called. I wasn't chasing glory, wasn't trying to be known. There was somebody needing help, so somebody had to go. People think this afterward, I never know what to do with that, because they see the end and they don't see what follows you back. Don't see a grown man sitting quiet 20 minutes before he goes inside. Don't see somebody's hand still shaking after everybody says you did alright. Some calls leave, some stay, that's part of it too. Heroes a word people use them somewhere safe. I don't know about heroes, I know training, I know showing up. I know the man beside me checking my gear because he wants me getting back too. I know fear comes with you, courage ain't leaving fear at home. It's hearing somebody needs help and going anyway. But here's the part nobody puts in the newspaper. The ones who answer calls need somebody checking on them too. Somebody had to go, that night it was us. No medals needed, no legend to become. Just people doing what people do when another person can't make it along. And when the next call comes, if I'm able, I'll go. Not because I'm fearless, not because I'm special, because somebody has to. Next morning, nobody knew my name. It's fine, the person we went for was still breathing. That's enough. There ain't a rescue. I met you when I still believed love meant fixing what was hurt. Thought being needy made me worthy. Thought saving you would make it work. But you never asked for saving. You already knew your ground. Didn't need another hero, you needed someone who stayed honest around. Love ain't a rescue, love ain't a debt. It ain't two wanted people seeing who can lose themselves next. You don't need me to carry you, I don't need you to make me whole. Love ain't a rescue, it's two people walking with their own souls. You taught me help and still be gentle,
without taking someone's strength. You can stand beside a person without standing in their place. And when my own old hurricane called it, you didn't try to make it disappear. You said, I'll sit here while you face it. That's the kind of love I hear clear. Love ain't a rescue. Love ain't a debt. It ain't two wounded people seeing who can lose themselves next. You don't need me to carry you. I don't need you to make me whole. Love ain't a rescue. It's two people walking with their own souls. Oh, I spent years confusing being wanted with being necessary. Thought love had to bleed before it meant something heavy. But you can love somebody free. You can let them breathe. You can say I'm here without saying you belong to me. No savior, no prisoner, no score to keep. Just two grown hearts choosing something honest and deep. You don't have to save me. I won't try to save you. We can still hold each other while we do what we gotta do. Love ain't a rescue. Love ain't control. It's knowing when to hold a hand and when to let one go. You don't need me above you. I don't need you underneath. Love ain't a rescue. We're standing side by side and choosing freely. I don't wanna save you. I wanna know you and stay.